My fellow musicians, what is going on? Hope this video finds you well and you guys are hanging out at home. Make sure you're doing all your other schoolwork, but I'm glad you took the time to watch a music video. So before I jump into what we're going to do today, I just want to remind you guys, if you guys are at my Tanner, Gaines, and Jackson sites, please make sure you're watching the videos that Miss Song puts up on our website. All right, she's, like I've always said, an amazing musician, an amazing singer, and she's got a lot of information that she shares. And a lot of what she does, I bounce off of her and I incorporate into our lessons. So last week, just to recap, I introduced the musical alphabet with the xylophone. Now, I just introduced the letters, but I didn't really introduce how it works. So we're going to go ahead and get into depth with that today. So she had a video that she posted up last week. Make sure you guys check that out. She actually taught you guys how to draw the treble clef, and she taught you guys about line notes and space notes, and we'll get into that briefly before I go into what I wanted to talk about. But before that, I want to go ahead and do a warm-up, okay? All right, so this warm-up is going to consist of me doing hand signals and singing, and you guys are going to follow along with my guitar. So first, I'm going to tell you what the phrase is. So for example, I'm going to sing do, 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 so, so. And then when I play the guitar, you guys are repeating after me, okay? So then again, it would sound like this. Do, do, so, so. All right? So when I play the guitar, you guys are supposed to sing the notes with the hand signals. Okay, so one more time. So I hope you guys are practicing this. I can't see you on the other side of that camera, but I'm hoping you're doing it along with me. So it's do, do, so, so. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the warm-up. So the song, of course, is going to be Twinkle Twinkle Aurora, for today's purpose, ABC, since we're talking about the alphabet, the musical alphabet. But yeah, just sing along with me. This is just a warm-up. Make sure we're remembering the things we learn and that we don't forget. So again, we go do, do, so, so. I should be hearing you now. Then la, la, so. And then we go fa, fa, mi, mi. And then re, re, do. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna keep the tempo with my foot. You guys gotta keep up. So here we go, we're gonna do the next part. That goes so, so, fa, fa. Mi, mi, re. Sorry, one more time, okay? We gotta do it again. Then it goes so, so, fa, fa. And then mi, mi, re. Alright, then we're gonna go back to the top where we say do, do, so, so. La, la, so. And we gotta go to fa, fa, mi, mi. And then we end it with re, re, do. Cool. Okay, so let's talk about the musical alphabet. All right, so we all know that the alphabet itself has 26 letters, okay? But in the musical world, that is not so. We don't use all 26. That would be crazy. What we do is we use 7, okay? And 7 out of those letters, we'll go ahead and we're gonna write them out in order so they don't get too confusing, okay? So I'm writing it in blue. If you guys can see it, is A, and then we have B. So we're gonna write it in the alphabetical order: C, D, E, F, G. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I said, 7 letters from the alphabet that we use. Okay? Now, out of these 7, I need you to know that just because we go up, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, we're going up, right? We're going up the notes in pitch. The next one's not going to be H. No. The next one after G is going to start over. So like I said, that's all we use. We only use 7 letters from the alphabet. Now, what Miss Song talked about in her video was that some of these letters go in specific places. Okay? So she showed us how to draw a treble clef. All right, and she talked about the 5 lines that are on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 4 spaces. So in between those 5 lines, there's 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, there are, with those 7 notes that we use, there are 5 notes that are particularly known as line notes. So the line notes, I'm going to draw right here. These are the line notes. Okay, we have E. Okay. And then we have G. Remember, these are all the notes that are going on the line. You see how they're on the line. E, G. They're on the line. They're not in the space. I'm not writing in the space. Okay. Then after E, G comes B. Okay. Then after B comes D. And then we have F. Okay. So the line notes, I'm going to write them right here off to the side. Line notes. Okay. Dot, dot. They're E, G, B, D, and F. Okay? Now, it's going to be hard to remember, but I forget which one Miss Song used to help you guys memorize. We always create a phrase. But the one that I use is this one because I grew up taking out the trash. So that was part of one of my chores that I had to do. So I always say, empty garbage before dad flips. Okay? E, G, B, D, F. Empty garbage before dad flips. That's how I remember it. And because, I mean, like I said, that was something I'm connected to. But it was really fun learning that phrase, so that's what helps me remember. Empty garbage before dad flips. Okay? Now let's talk about these space notes. Okay? Remember, I'm kind of touching on this just a little bit before we get to our activity. These space notes are obviously the notes that are going to go in the spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and do it in red. So we have F. Okay, because if we're following the alphabetical order, it goes E, F, then it goes G, and what comes after G? It's not H, because we're not talking about the English alphabet. We're talking about the musical alphabet. After G, we start all over, back to A. Okay, then it's A, B, then we have C, and then it goes to D, but then the space note after D is E. Okay? And see, with this one, it's pretty easy to remember. You don't have to create a clever little anecdote like I did for the line notes, empty garbage before dad flips. This one's super easy because it already spells something. F-A-C-E. What does that spell? Your face. Okay? So these are the space notes. And it's always easy to remember that because face rhymes with space. Space notes. Okay, dot, dot, and it's F-A-C-E. Face. Your beautiful face. Okay? All right. Cool. Any questions? Yeah, right. Like if I can hear them. But leave comments on our videos. Maybe we'll touch back on some questions, anything you guys were confused about. Okay. So again, line notes. E, G, B, D, F. Empty garbage before dad flips. Line notes, the musical letter notes that land on a line. Okay? That are on a line. Space notes, the notes in between each line, in the empty spaces between each line. Okay, we have F, A, C, E. face, okay? F-A-C-E. All right. Okay, so for today's activity, we're gonna combine, okay, the percussion notes that we've always been talking about, and also the musical alphabet and how we're gonna play it. So if you guys do have your xylophones, you guys will be able to play along if you guys can. All right, like I said, you guys can download it on anyone's. It's called Easy Xylo, okay? Easy Xylo, okay? And you can find it for Android, for iOS. It's accessible and it's a free download. So bug your parents, make sure they give you some time to borrow their phone. Rather than playing the random games you always play on your parents' phones, why don't you try this while you're doing a lesson? Okay, hopefully your family doesn't hate me for making you take their phones away just for a little bit to play along. All right, so the notes that we're gonna look at are, okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, and then we have okay, those are the two notes we're gonna look at today. I hope you guys can name them. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds for each as I point to them to give you a chance to say it before I say it. So, okay, so here we go. I'm gonna count down. 5, well, let me put that pen down. 5, 'All right, you guys should have said quarter note, okay? Quarter note, that's the one that goes ta, 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 okay? Quarter note, okay? 1 hit for each beat. Okay, remember each beat stands for each side that we move to when we clap. This is a quarter note. Ta, 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 ta. All right, then we have this one. I'm gonna give you guys another 5 seconds. Please name it within the time that I give you. 5. All right, you guys should have said eighth note. Eighth note, that is an eighth note. So eighth note we've always said was T, 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 T. 2 hits per beat. Okay, so if we're going ta, ta, T, T, ta. All right, so that's the rhythm we're gonna focus on today. This is the rhythm we're gonna focus on. So right now, it's not in the treble clef because I have not given you the notes yet. So we have ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. This is what we're gonna focus on today. And you guys are gonna play musical notes along with us. Okay, give me a second to set this up. Okay, so here we got on the board, I have a quarter note here, a quarter note here, and then I have an eighth note. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Flores. I don't know if you lost your marbles, but that eighth note's upside down. But I know it's upside down, and it's because when the notes get higher up to the top, we don't have any space to draw the bar, right? So what we got to do is do it upside down. So this is technically still an eighth note. Sorry guys, had a little brain fart. Okay, and then we have one last quarter note. Okay, but the things you guys gotta look at the heads of the notes. Okay, you guys gotta pay attention to the lines that they're going through. Okay, so if you guys notice that each note here, and I did it in blue on purpose to give you guys a hint, that these are all line notes that we're gonna play. Okay, these are all line notes that we're gonna play because the heads are going through the line. All right, so if we remember the anecdote, let's go. We have, okay, on the first line we have empty, which is E, garbage, which is D, okay, before, which is B, and then dad, which is D, F, which is flips, empty, garbage, before, dad, flips. Okay, so who can tell me what this first note's gonna be? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys about 5 seconds, so I'm gonna count down 2, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, hopefully you guys have an answer. That answer is, it's going through the first line, and that is E. Okay, empty. Empty the garbage. So this is going to be E. That's the first note we're going to play. Okay, E. And it's right here. Okay, then we skip a line, right? We're skipping a line. So then we go to the third line. So if we say empty garbage, so that's G, before Dad flips. Right here on the third line, what's that next quarter note gonna be? Okay, I'll give you guys another 5 seconds. 5, 4. And you guys should have said B. It is B. Okay? Alright, so we're going to play E and B so far. Then, this crazy little looking note where everyone thinks I'm crazy saying it's upside down, but it's supposed to be like that. Alright, it's on the 1, 2, 3, 4. The heads are going through the fourth line. The fourth line. So what's that going to be? If it's going through the fourth line. So we have, first line is empty. Second line is garbage. Third line is before. And then the fourth line is Dad. So that's supposed to be a D. Okay? We're gonna have a D. Okay. Then we have our last note is the same one as the first note. What's it gonna be? A solid E. Okay. All right. So before we play anything, I want us to go ahead and clap. Okay? Make sure you remember the rhythm. So we have ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. So we're gonna clap. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. So that's how we're gonna play the notes in that rhythm. Okay? If you guys are using a xylophone. Alright? We're gonna play E, B, D, D, E. Okay, that's how it's gonna go. So ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. E, B, D, D, E. Alright. So this is how it would sound if we're using musical notes now. So it's gonna go E, B, D, 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 B. Alright, so I know I played it a few more times just so you guys can get a feel, but I was just playing those notes. Ta, ta, D, D. Okay, it goes E, B, D, D, E. Okay, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. So one more time. We're gonna play it. Okay, and I'm gonna play it a few times so you get a few feel for it, but I'll let you know when it starts and when it ends. So here's the beginning. So it just ended. Okay, E, B, D, D, E. Okay, all right. So let's play it a few times together. E, B, D, D, E. Good job. Hope you guys were able to do that. Let me do it a little slower this time for those of you that were playing, getting a little stuck. Sorry guys, I get a little ahead of myself. So let me slow it down. I'm gonna have, that's my beat, okay? So we're gonna go E, B, D, D, E, E, B, D, D, E, E. Okay, so now we're back, and if you notice, we changed the color, and you guys should also notice another thing. What else did we change? Okay. All right, if you guys said it, you guys should have said that these are all space notes now. Okay, so we were doing line notes before, and line notes were empty, garbage, before Dad flips. And space notes, I told you guys, rhymes with face. Okay, space, face. So these are the space notes. Remember, they spell out face. Okay, so these are in all the spaces in between the lines. Okay, so the first space we see, the first empty space, which is after the first line. Okay, which one's that going to be? All right, if we're doing the space notes, what's the first letter in our space notes? All right, you guys should have answered. Okay, I'm assuming you guys are saying the correct answers over there, because I know you guys are super smart. You guys can get this, no problem. So the first one is F. Okay, so that's F. All right, good. So then the next space over, we don't skip any spaces. Okay, remember, we're not doing the line, so we went over the line. All right, the next note, the head is resting in the next space over. So if we're spelling face, what's the one that's after F? Okay, the one that's after F is A. Okay, we have F, A so far. Okay, good. The other space that's after A, what is it, guys? You guys should remember, should be C. So we have right here, it's the 8th note. So we're going to go ahead and put each letter for it. And then we have our last note standing here for our rhythm, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. And that is, you guys should have said, not F, because we're not in the first empty space, we're in the second one. So it should be A. Okay? Sweet. All right, let's see if we can play this one. All right, let me find my A note. Okay. A. But you know what? I don't know why I'm starting with A, because we're supposed to do F. F is the first note. So it's going to be F, A, and then we have C, C, and then A. Okay? F, F, A, C, C, A, F, A, C, C, A. Okay? And remember, we're doing that same rhythm where we're going ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. So that's why you heard that rhythm. That went F, A, C, C, A. One more time. If it goes F, A, C, C, A, F, A, C, C, A. All right, let's go ahead and try that a little slower this time. Here's my tempo. See? So this is, each stop is playing a quarter note. Okay, that's our rhythm. That's a beat, each beat. So here we go. It's going to start with F. It goes F, A, C, C, A, F, A, C, C, A. Now if you guys notice, when we're doing an 8th note, okay, remember it's 2 hits per beat. So if I'm stopping my foot one time, okay, I'm going to play that note 2 times. Okay? Okay, it's gonna have that, remember, because the 8th note is 2 hits per beat. So let's try that again. It goes F, A, C, C, A, F, A, C, C, A, F, A, C, C, A. Okay, so we got F, A, C, C, A. All right, hopefully you guys were able to find those notes on your xylophone. They're all labeled out there for you, so you guys should be able to find it. So go ahead, make sure you guys know what notes you're playing. I'll give you a few seconds, or if you want, pause the video. Look for F, look for A, look for C. All right, those are the 3 notes that we're playing in this pattern. So one last time. Here's the tempo. Goes F, A, C, C, A, F, A, C, C, A. All right. And that was a little rhythm using the space notes. All right, guys. So one last thing before we go, I just want to thank you guys. Make sure you're keeping up with all the videos, and make sure you're watching not just mine, but also Miss Song's videos. Okay. in my opinion, she's got way more information than I can provide. But other than that, we're having lots of fun. I'm glad I could still teach you guys from this whole distance learning situation. And I'm glad that we have technology that makes that possible. Miss you guys a lot. Hopefully I can see you guys soon. All right, take care.